Greetings everyone, Walter here. Welcome back to the battlefield. Welcome back to Panzerstorm. So we're doing a sort of like double weapon gameplay here. So we're starting off with the FG42, and like halfway through this game we're gonna switch to the trench carbine because I felt that we needed some flares to see where the enemy's at. And I love the flares, man. Such a fantastic little tool to have in the battlefield. But anyways, let's talk about Battlefield 5. Let's talk about Battlefield 2042. A lot of stuff going on, in the Battlefield world. Some of them good, some of them bad, some of them, something in between, depending on what game you lean towards to and how you feel about this whole situation. But a very positive thing I would say is Battlefield 5. Its servers are packed. This game's still very well alive. Sometimes it's difficult to get into some servers, and I like that. It seems like people are still enjoying this game to a certain extent. I assume, because a lot of new players, a lot of old players, back in the game, and everybody seems to be liking it. And it's funny because a couple years ago, this game was probably one of the most hated games in the gaming community, or at least in the first-person shooter community. And I always disagree. I mean, not that I disagree with what people were complaining about, but now I get to compare this game to Battlefield 2042 and see something like I was right. Like my point of view towards this game was right. Because it's a very different story between Battlefield 5 and Battlefield 2042. I believe the whole like you say noise with Battlefield 5 was mostly the female with the prosthetic arms, the female in the World War II sort of setting, and but it wasn't anything that would make or like the core, the Battlefield core gameplay change or feel weird, or just like make it like it was in there, like the soul of Battlefield was in there, which is totally the opposite with Battlefield 2042. It's got, I mean, I would say like better graphics, sound, it's always pretty good with Battlefield games, but they added so many things. It's like the soul of Battlefield is not there, and that's what people, I believe, don't like it. I mean, plus the lack of communication and the lack of content and all these things. But it's like the game has no soul. So it's two different situations. But I believe the one with Battlefield 5 was the better because I know at the beginning they were messing around with TTK, changing TTK all the time, and that was pretty annoying, and kind of broke the game. Made some guns really good, and some of the guns not so good, and then kind of like balanced it. They kind of like they finally realized, okay, stop messing around with these things, and the game just got better. Especially with the Pacific update, which was pretty good. Iwo Jima, the Pacific Storm, all that stuff was made the game a lot more enjoyable. And if you play Battlefield 2042, you can just feel the difference between the two. At least I did, and just with the beta, just the character movement and all that stuff. So it was disappointing just to get just to get to play the game and just feel that way, because I was very excited for 2042. But at the same time, I'm excited that Battlefield 5 is still alive. Although I wish they would just release more maps, and maybe some weapons. It's sad they decided to kind of like stop all the let's say like a support for this game. But it's something needed to be done for them to work on 2042, and look what happened. So I wonder, like, what will Battlefield 2042 will be like without the super support they got, from those guys, since they stopped supporting this game in Star Wars Battlefront. So I know, pretty crazy. But if you still playing this game, or if you're still wondering, if people are playing the game still, then yes, a lot of people, and I've seen a lot of like higher ranking guys again back in the game, a lot of new people, it's just like the game came out 6 months ago. Pretty interesting, pretty intense, and it's good. It's good. Games tend to die out pretty quick in in the shooter world. And by the way, I'm just talking about PlayStation. I don't know if in Xbox is the same or PC is the same. I think it's about the same. Um, and one of the things that Battlefield 5 has that no other Battlefield game or Battlefield in the franchise has is just this really good gunplay. I feel like Battlefield 5 nailed the gunplay mechanics. Um, the character feels like smoother. Just you don't feel as clunky as maybe like Battlefield One. Although Battlefield One has the immersive, sort of like map design and I don't know, just like it's very interesting to see how the two games are different from each other, but like not so crazy because Battlefield 5 maps are pretty good. I like them. I like them a lot. So that's why I'm like a little sad that we don't have more of these maps coming up, for the game. But anyways, so regarding Battlefield 2042, there's a couple of situations. I was reading some articles which I'm going to put the link on the comments below if you guys want to read it for yourselves. And one of them is like 60,000 Battlefield, 60,000 people or players, have petitioned for their money back, regarding Battlefield 2042, and it reminds me what happened with Cyberpunk, and this whole people not being happy and wow, it's pretty crazy. I never thought I would see something like this for a Battlefield game. But going back to Battlefield 5, people were not happy. People were like criticizing the game here and there. Some people didn't buy it, but there was never, or maybe there was, it didn't gain that much popularity, or I didn't see it. But people did not petition this much for their money back, and this is huge for this game. I mean, not so good for EA, which I believe just to keep things on the down low, maybe they will agree to this money back thing because they do not want this bad reputation. You know what happens with Cyberpunk. Then you got investors and all these people, so I get lawsuits and all that stuff. So this is not a good image for EA and Dice. So I believe they might end up, just agreeing with this, and whoever wants to return the game, there you go. And this is crazy, man. This is crazy. So yeah, this was like 2 days ago. I think about this point, the moment this commentary went up to 100,000, the people who petitioned, who signed a petition, asking for their money back. So pretty crazy in my opinion. I believe on PC, it's almost dead, and I guess everybody's going back to, I don't know, Warzone, to all battlefields, maybe playing Dying Light 2. I don't know, maybe other games. So it's a pretty crazy situation over here, and it's sad because Battlefield 2042 has so much potential, and this is something that I was thinking, which brings me to the next article over here, and this is about a ex Battlefield developer who was expressing his thoughts on Twitter about the game. And there's something that I think I mentioned in one of my videos, and if it's not in this Battlefield, it was like maybe a couple of years ago in a video, maybe in Call of Duty or something. And it's something that I've been saying for a while, is that do some of these developers, or maybe not so much developers because they have to play the game, but maybe the people who try to push the game out, the publishers, do they play the game? Do they have a like quality control? Because this is exactly what this guy is saying in his tweet. Like I said, you can read it on the link below. It's in the comments below. So it's basically that if quality control is non-existent, because if you sit down and play this game, I mean 2042 for, I don't know, half hour, you're gonna see a lot of things that's wrong with the game. Like, you don't have to be a pro player, you don't have to be an expert in gaming, you don't have to be, just a normal person that maybe play a couple of shooter games, and then you realize that what's wrong with this game, like, wow, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be done. Another good point that this guy um, made in his tweet is he says, "Why are there no smaller infantry maps?" And that's great. I know the whole thing with Battlefield 2042 is about bringing the large scale. You know, that's how they want to bring us back to Battlefield. You know, just something nice. 128 players sounds pretty cool and sounds pretty intense. A lot more people to kill, a lot more tanks, a lot more vehicles. It just, you know, just like you would think, you know, on paper sounds like a fun experience. But at the same time, we do need these smaller infantry maps. So that's why in Battlefield 5, until they get rid of it, my favorite game mode was Squad Conquest. I enjoy Squad Conquest. Probably the best, if not the best mode in my opinion, because it's got a little bit of everything, like smaller maps with the, you know, obviously conquest feel, the artillery used, and it was pretty intense. It was pretty intense. There was some pretty insane gameplays. You can see it in my channel. Um, but it was the best idea ever, just to add these smaller infantry maps, smaller infantry or infantry only um, maps and game modes. Although yes, in Squad Conquest there's sometimes, you know, here and there a vehicle, I believe, on each side, which is not too bad. But the whole idea is, it I think was pretty genius. So after cutting support from all these games and not adding these sort of like modes, it's just pretty insane. Like what these guys, I don't know what they were thinking, in my opinion. And also he's saying something about the whole maps are shipping without any detailed art. Yeah, the maps feel, I don't know, like soulless. It's just bland. I don't know. It just feels like weird. I do want to get 2042. I just don't feel it right now. I'm not feeling it. Maybe in a few months when they get things together and they fix it, they add something else. Then yes, I'll get it and I'll just dive into it. Um, but right now, I just feel like Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5 has the best of what I want to do, you know, in a Battlefield game. Um, the immersive, the fun gunplay, the cool maps, I don't know. I just think that, like, in a way, I mean, they're not perfect, but in a way they kind of are. Um, so it's pretty sad. So definitely, those two articles that I was reading these past couple of days were very interesting. By the way, this is the Battlefield developer that I was talking about. He was the lead designer for Battlefield 3 and Battlefield Bad Company 2. So that's two of the best Battlefield games out there, in my opinion. Battlefield 3 is just, I mean, if you play that game, let me tell you, that thing's pretty insane. And Bad Company 2, I didn't have the pleasure to play that game. Maybe I did a little bit, because that's when I jumped into the Battlefield games, you know, for Battlefield 3. So I did play Bad Company 2 like towards the end of it, just because I wanted to get the feel. I was, you know, like a little kid playing only Call of Duty, and I didn't know how to play Battlefield, so I had to kind of adjust myself a little bit. So that's when I got Bad Company 2, and kind of learn the ways. So I didn't get to enjoy much of the game. But it was, I mean, the destruction in that game was pretty insane. Map design was fun. They were not perfect games, but they were like really good, maybe close to perfection in my opinion. So especially Bad Company 2 with the Vietnam DLC. I keep saying that, man. I'm telling you, that's the best DLC, or Bad Company 2, the best shooter game of all time, in my opinion, because of the support they did um, with that game was pretty insane. Added that DLC, and basically just adding a new game within a game. That was the greatest idea ever, and it just blows my mind why these people just don't look back and see what they did right, and then don't try to replicate that. I'm not saying copy the same thing, like don't bring back again, let's say Vietnam, but just have a similar idea of what they did in the past. You know, what people enjoy, what made the game so great, what made the Battlefield franchise so important. You know, in the shooter games world, in my opinion. So it's just like little things, man. It's just little things like that. It's just common sense. But like I say, common sense is not so common these days. So I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes, and I believe it's not all the developers' fault. Has to be also with the publishers. when there's money involved and all these things, and a lot of, like, I don't know, contracts and whatever. Who knows what's written, and they have to comply to whatever. So maybe actually DICE don't want to do these things, but they are forced to do it because it's on the contract. So the whole issue. That's just my guess. I don't know if that's how it goes, but I'm just guessing it. But in the meantime, well, we get to enjoy Battlefield 5. At least the game is running fine. Map rotation is all perfect. Everything is good. Guns are working as intended. No issues whatsoever. So I am having a blast, as I've been doing for the past, I don't know, like 3 years, posting gameplays on Battlefield 5. But so far so good. I'm loving it, and I just plan to keep doing it until they kind of fix Battlefield 2042, and then I get to just dive in and get some gameplays of it and have a great time over there as well. So like I said, I'm very happy that Battlefield 5 is not dead yet. At least give us the opportunity just to keep playing the game, because something like sad and kind of annoying is, like, if you want to play a game, a shooter game, and you try to jump into a server, there's like not enough people. Like at some point, having like Call of Duty or any Call of Duty game, very difficult to find server people. Obviously not playing the game because people are playing the newer ones, but not the case, at least not right now, with this game. So I'm very excited. So as you guys see, talking about the game for a little bit, we just switched to a little while ago, to the trench carbine, and help us out just to spot these people, because they're very sneaky. They want to win, which is good. I like to play with tough enemy teams, just to make the gameplays more enjoyable, and to make things more fun, and just to challenge ourselves with really good players. So that's how you get better, playing against people who are better than you. But I have to say, my team was in the mood of winning. Sometimes you get into those teams where nobody wants to win; they all want to snipe, and it's very very annoying. But these guys, let me tell you, top-notch team. They really wanted this victory, and it was good. Nice and smooth, so we get to enjoy it. But I do love the flares, as I've been saying for the past, I don't know, 3 years. It's like the best thing ever. I love it. I know, being able to heal myself or to get some ammo is just amazing. But the flares, man, is just pretty good. A lot of people love to go prone here. Sometimes it's hard to see them. Sometimes it's very difficult to see where they at. They look like a bush, because you got all these like cool camos and whatnot. But the flares, man, it's good. And the only thing you can use to fight them is smoke, and sometimes people don't even use it. But I'm loving it, and I get to be aggressive and spot the enemy for the team. So I know, the best thing ever, in my opinion. So, but the FG42, pretty amazing. I love it. It's like a super close range beast, which I'm gonna be sure to bring you more gameplay just with the FG42, because I love that gun and I wanna bring you some gameplays with it. So you guys can look forward to it. But let me know in the comments below if you guys still play Battlefield 5, or if you already moved on to 2042 and not planning looking back into, I don't know, some of these games. Battlefield 1 is still pretty fun. That game still suffers. That one, yes. I mean, certain modes, certain things, they're pretty active, but you can see a little bit of a low player base. At least last time I tried. So I don't know what it looked like right now, but last time I played, it was like a little dead. Maybe not so much Conquest, a few maps here and there, but overall, I mean, overall, it's still playable. You can find servers, and it's quite a few people still playing the game, which is good. So so we'll see how it goes. I hope 2042 gets a lot better, and we get to dive in, and just keep shooting people and just having a great time, and just bring you some I don't know, guns, ideas, and things like that, and strategy and whatnot, the stuff that we do here in my channel. So very awesome. So this game is slowly coming to an end. An easy victory. We joined a bit late, I believe, and final score at 24-8, nothing crazy, but it was fun. I like joining games late and help the team out to achieve victory. even if I don't do much, but at least, you know, just help, you know, capturing flags here and there, which is good. You know, that's what I like to do, capture flags. And you know, I like to win. I have to say, I'm very competitive. I do like to win. You know, like during the game and just not caring. That's not my style. So a victory is always a must. So I like it. But like I said, the game is coming to an end, 24/8. Pretty fun stuff. I love it. And the flare is my best friend in the battlefield. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay, this commentary. And like I said, there's the articles in the comments below if you guys want to check them out, read it for yourself. And let me know if you're still playing Battlefield 5 or you are playing 2042. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. All right, if you haven't, please subscribe to my channel, and so you don't miss the upcoming videos because they're gonna be pretty fun. And I'll see you guys on the next one. All right, later.